Good morning. Call the May 12, 2026 meeting to order. The Pledge of Allegiance.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Prayer.
Can do it.
All right.
Please pray with me. Dear Lord, thank you for the beautiful sun today in Seneca County. We ask for your guidance today as we make decisions to benefit the people of Seneca County. Amen.
Okay, roll call.
Commissioner Frankert,
Here.
Commissioner Bustecker,
Here.
Commissioner Paradiso,
Here.
Okay, I will accept the motion to approve the digital audio video recordings of the previous board session from Tuesday, May 5th, 2026.
So moved.
Second.
All right, roll call.
Commissioner Paradiso,
Yes.
Commissioner Bustecker,
Yes.
Commissioner Frankert.
Yes. All right, so we have some appointments today. I think we'll go ahead and start with Katie and Steve and then wind up with Julie. So, Katie?
All right, I'm first today.
Yeah, you bet.
So today I primarily wanted to come and talk about some of our, I guess, most recent upcoming events. So this Saturday we have our last project clinic, and it is on birds, and we have this is our second year for partnering with the Seneca County Park District to provide natural resource clinics, and so they are the primary ones that are hosting this and helping us put this on. But it's this Saturday, May the 16th, from 9 to 10:30 out at Garlow. And again, this one will focus on birds. And if you are aware, this is the biggest week in American birding, and they're predicting like Saturday to be the peak for that. And so we're excited to be having that clinic for our for any of our youth that are interested in birds or are taking that specific project. So we have flyers for that, and then we have 4-H camp coming up. We leave for camp a month from Saturday, and our registrations are due this upcoming Monday, May 18th. For any youth. So we do take non-4-H youth as well. If we don't fill up before that, we give precedence to our 4-H youth first. But this year's theme is Jungle Safari. Let's go bananas for 4-H camp. Yes. And our camp dates are June 16th through the 19th up at Kelly's Island. And it is, again, open to any youth that are 8 to 13 years old. So I have flyers available for that here too. And so our camp counselors have been working throughout the year to be planning and, I guess, implementing lots of wonderful activities for our campers at camp. So we're excited for that.
Very good. So how many did we end up with signed up youth for 4-H?
Yes, so we, our enrollment deadline was March 20th, and I believe with Clover Buds and with 4-H, or with Project Youth, we have around 960. Mm-hmm. Yes, so,
That's great.
yeah.
What's the largest project?
I feel like as far as the animal/livestock side of things, I feel like it's poultry this year. Those numbers have skyrocketed. And then on the side of like our still projects and miscellaneous projects, cake decorating, scrapbooking, woodworking, fishing, those four kind of rise to the top for our self-determined as well. Those are our kind of main ones in the miscellaneous still project world. So,
Very good.
yeah.
All right.
So I will just leave a couple of these here, I guess, because
Yep,
I've got
that'd be good.
a whole stack. But yes. And then obviously we have. I won't see you guys until like after the busy summer season, but we have our project judging coming up
We'll see you out
too,
there.
and fair and all the things. Yeah. I was gonna say Bill's helping me this
Right.
year, so if either one of you would like to, just let me know.
What are you helping with?
Judging,
Yeah.
fair judging.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah, so I will give an update on all of that the next time I come.
Is he in the pig contest? Is he gonna
That's
wrestle one of those pigs?
right on, yeah, you bet. Commissioner Pig Wrestling
Yep,
Contest,
I'm
that'd be
definitely
good.
gonna go with that.
Oh, shoot. Steve, come on up.
Hi, Steve.
Yeah, Steve with Master Gardener.
Yeah, here's, I got, should be one for everybody there, if I counted right.
Yep.
Put that one.
Thank you.
One for you.
I handed one to her.
Oh,
Here, hand that one to
okay.
Tony. I'll take that one.
Alrighty, thank you.
There we go.
All right, my name is Steve DeTillian. I am the current community relations person for the Seneca County Master Gardener Association. And I'm up here primarily today to promote our 27th annual plant sale coming up this weekend, May 16th to 17th. And it will be at the Tiffin Flea Market at the Seneca County Fairgrounds, as it has been, I think, for the last 27 years. And the hours will be Sunday, 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. And, I'm sorry, that's Saturday, 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. Sunday, 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. Many of the plants from our sale are from our own gardens, or a lot of them come from our fairgrounds flower bed garden also. They should be hardy in our area. The plants consist primarily of a large selection of perennial flowers, even though we are getting more and more like raspberries, strawberries. Rhubarb is usually a big seller if we can get enough of it. Rhubarb doesn't produce fruit every year, the plants, so some years are better than others. One year we sold 120. Everything we have in rhubarb usually goes. And the Master Gardener volunteers will also have a horticultural education booth. And Master Gardeners, a lot of us will be out there available to answer any questions you got of what we're, of the plants that we're selling there. Now, we did have a couple things that have happened or are ending right now. We did have we donated a white oak tree to the Seneca County Fairgrounds, and this was as a result of the 250th anniversary of America. And we had a very nice guest list that day. Bill Frankert showed up, Mayor Lee Wilkinson, Councilman Kevin Reesner, Brian Stibe, the president of the fairgrounds, he was there. Susan Carty, one of our favorite horticulturists, she was there. And we had quite a few of our own members there, and had a nice little ceremony. And Bilger's Landscaping came up. It was very hard to get a tree. Actually, we weren't even mentioning this to the public. The last time we was up here, we knew it was coming. We've been planning this thing all year, but there wasn't anything concrete. Wasn't even sure we were going to get a tree. The oak trees were scarce this year because of the 250th anniversary. And another thing, oak trees don't do really well, have a reputation of not doing well in Ohio. So we're hoping that's not 100% true. But we ended up getting a very good one. Bilger's Landscaping actually went clear down to Columbus and got us one. They weren't really happy with the selection they were getting at the other places, and we got a 15-footer. It looks really nice. We're going to take care of it. We will have to be watering that thing very closely for the next few years, but it looks like a really good tree. It's out there just on the west side of our own flower bed out there also. Also, we are we've been promoting for the last 6 months. We have an annual scholarship award we give to any student that has connections to the Seneca County schools or lives in Seneca County, or I'm not sure what all the rules are, but the applications cutoff was March 15th, so we do have two recipients this year. This year we're going to give two $500 scholarships, and they're both Seneca East graduates. One is Jessica Bowerman. She is in her junior year at Ohio State, majoring in economics. It has to be related to horticulture. I'm not sure exactly what that was. And then we got another student from Seneca East from the class this year, 2026, would be Logan Snavely, and he's going to major in plant science at Ohio State also. So both of them will receive $500 scholarships from the Master Gardeners. So that's really everything I've got right now for Master Gardeners.
As always, thank you, yeah.
All right, well, thank you. Thank you guys for your
Yeah,
support.
thank you for
You're good,
helping with
Steve.
all you do for the county and stuff on that. You guys do a great
You're
job.
welcome.
So, yeah, it's a nice group, so, yeah.
Thank you.
Thanks,
Thank
Steve.
you.
See ya.
Hey, it's nice out there, you get outside and get your gardening going.
Oh, yeah, we got a lot of gardening.
It's beautiful.
Okay, well, now Julie's up.
Julie hired.
So, yeah. so-
Mail's here, so.
So we have Julie from the auditor's office, and we have Kevin from RCR to kind of give us an update and request and stuff on that, so.
Yeah.
Welcome.
So thank you, Kevin Stock with RCR, as you mentioned, the county's IT vendor. And I want to thank the commissioners for allowing me to come before you today. This is a follow-up from the budget hearing that I had back in September of '25, where I had posed the question about possibly going to the cloud for the financial system. It's a product by Software Solutions, Inc., or commonly known by employees as VIP. Currently, the county uses this application, and it's on a server, a 2016 server that is getting close to end of life. I do have quotes that I'm sure you probably have it in your file from past conversations, but
It didn't go up?
no, they're still honoring it. So that has a March date, and I confirmed last week with them that they would still honor it. So yes.
Thank you.
So yes. So Kevin and I have been talking, as well as Brent, and I want to thank Brent for championing for the county to get the cybersecurity plan in place. It was very painful, I'm sure. But I think the request of going to the cloud dovetails nicely into that plan. We've been working with the vendor, SSI, as well as Kevin at RCR, to make sure that a cloud migration for Seneca County makes sense. And Kevin had posed some questions to the vendor, and I believe, Brent, you were copied in that email, if not all the commissioners. That was at the first of this year, I believe. I got the responses back to some questions that Kevin had. I mean, he did his due diligence for the county, so I greatly appreciate that. But I don't know if you want to comment anything on that, Kevin, or?
Sure, yeah, so what it really boils down to is, we wouldn't even be talking about this if a few things weren't happening. Number one, obviously, the operating system version is end of life, January 2027, so we have some urgency there. While at the same time, just due to the amount of data that needs to be stored on that server, we're running out of resources. So the ability to update that server to where it needs to be is impossible because we don't have the resources to do so. In fact, one of the features called a sandbox, basically a mirror of the server operating system itself, is not able to run. It hasn't been able to run since basically the end of last year into early this year because of lack of resources on the actual host box itself. So in consideration for what we need to do to upgrade it, and looking at a budget of hardware alone being between $60,000 and $80,000 just to get the hardware, considering what we're able to do with VIP in the cloud with regard to redundancy and things like that. Redundancy being essentially that you have multiple versions of a server, where essentially this server would be its only copy besides backups that would have to be restored, right? Looking at all of those aspects of it, and the fact that multiple different divisions in the county need to securely access that server host, there are a lot of issues with, just by nature, a lot of issues with those entities securely connecting to the physical server through what's called a VPN, virtual private network. moving to the cloud would not only provide a solution today, but also future-proof the solution, while eliminating the need for a VPN from these other divisions or areas that would need to securely connect, because they would all be connecting to the cloud. So it would significantly reduce reliability and liability, rather, on your own technology, while also reducing, we'd be able to close off those ports and those connections, those VPN connections, from outside connections going into your server. So, I mean, for all of those reasons, yes, the cost is going to be higher going to the cloud for VIP, but it's going to take a few years to even come up with what would initially be your buy-in for needing to upgrade that server here.
Do we have, what else is on your server besides VIP?
So the server we currently use,
It does
It's-
file sharing.
Yes.
It does file sharing. It does their Active Directory, which manages all of their users, logins, things like that. Standard server, on-site server activities, things that they use. For right now, if we were able to move VIP to the cloud and reduce the resources, because that's 80% of the resources on their server right now is VIP.
You still
So-
need a server after that?
Correct, for
That's my
Word
question.
Or can it be
Documents.
moved to the array at the courthouse? I don't know, I'm asking.
No, it wouldn't be able to without, once again, doing a complete VPN connection to
Okay.
the courthouse that way.
She likes to keep it separate,
I
right?
understand.
Well, and at the same time, right now, the best thing would be, because the server's not in bad shape.
You're
It's-
talking, it's not large enough.
It's just, yeah, we just don't have enough storage or
So if
memory.
this 80% VIP gets moved, that server you have would work for a while?
Then you can tweak it.
Well,
Technical term.
the technical term is tweak.
You figure you get a couple of years out of it?
Yes, we're looking to extend it. What we'd like to do is take, once the resources are off of it, take the 2016 operating system and in place upgrade it to at least 2022, which has, we'll be in the 2030s before we have an end of life on that.
Okay.
We'll get 2 or 3 years out of this box based on their amount of file sharing currently and what they're using in Active Directory. In that 2 to 3 years, we can plan and start to move a lot of the file sharing to your existing SharePoint, for those things that can be shared, that can be moved to SharePoint, which would be most of their file sharing. We make that transition in the next 2 to 3 years, and we then reduce or completely eliminate the liability. Right now, we could, in moving this stuff to SharePoint, which is a Microsoft 365 product for file sharing, we can also move them to Entra ID, which is how their users would be managed through Microsoft 365. A little bit of licensing upgrade, some movement up to the cloud, and in the 2 or 3 years, we probably won't be having a conversation about getting another host, but rather that we are offboarding the host, and it's gonna be all done, and you just don't have that cost coming up anymore.
What do you think, Brett?
Is there an annual increase?
For VIP,
The going to the cloud, they telling you like there's a 7% or something? Because I know when I've done the stuff with the ADA requirement for our website, they're hitting us every year with like a percentage increase. I'm just curious if they had given you any of that kind of insight. ahead
not
of
for the
time.
cloud, we typically see that in the software itself. So I'm sure to your point that there'll be a minimal increase on the cloud. Typically on the software, what is it, Tasha?
About 7%.
Yeah, and that's kind of what I figured it would be, because I know when previous business experience, that's what we were seeing was 7 to 10% increases.
Kind of the industry standard.
It sure is, yes.
By stock and software companies.
In other words, Tony's taking us from 8-track tapes to the Sirius now, so.
So what's your,
That's a good one.
your existing VIP
Vinyl too.
that you have to store, is that gonna be moved off then to the cloud, or is that gonna be left on there? I understand that you're telling me we don't have room to keep that on, that's just all gonna get kicked out.
Yes, great question. So one of the things that we asked throughout this discovery process was how do they handle backups, right? How do we get our own copy? And it's pretty standard. They have, because of the redundancy, meaning there are technically multiple copies, technically we have multiple copies. We can request, I believe annually, an export of that data. It's a lot less necessary nowadays with the cloud, with the amount of redundancy that's there, because the point of the redundancy is that if a data center that is hosting the data goes down, we have another one that's instantaneously spun up. So we do technically have multiple copies of the data.
And what's the retention, is it forever? With that, all that type of stuff, I don't know.
For on the cloud,
Well, everything VIP that we do, is everything retention from,
so currently we follow the record retention schedule, and the big thing are the payroll records, which would be permanent, of course. The other bill payments, which, keep in mind why we're losing space, I guess, on the server, is the VIP system is getting more robust, and that we are attaching the documents to support a payment, so that it keeps our audit costs down, and two, we have that information if there is a public records
Yeah,
request, we can
understood.
gather it quickly. So, we would follow the records retention on what can be purged.
Okay.
And I think it's, don't quote me, it's either 3 or 5 years after the information has been audited.
I didn't know. Okay.
Yeah, I have two questions, okay, we're making progress. Okay. I always ask this is a basic question. Storage is one thing, a hack and cybersecurity is separate, it's another thing. By going to the cloud, does it impact anything with regards to cybersecurity?
It does, and mostly in a positive way. As I
That's
had
the
mentioned,
question.
that we are able to then close down the virtual private network. These are secure connections now, but they are still an attack surface,
Take that out, yeah.
right? So that's gone. The fact that we have so many different copies actively in the cloud is just something we couldn't affordably replicate on premises. And backups and copies are a form of cybersecurity in that regard. Further, there is a reduction in liability because we're going with software solutions and their focus on this VIP software. There's a reduction for the county overall for liability by going to the cloud because this infrastructure is far more robust than we could replicate on premises. There's going to be less liability on the county and more overall in the system.
So, follow-up question to that, and then my other question.
Sure.
So for the public, and really for me, really all of us, but, so VIP, we have in the county, Julie, you are the auditor, and there are electeds, and there are all these departments. They all have access to VIP.
Correct.
Okay, so this is definitely a countywide, everybody's got their hands in the cookie jar kind of thing. Each elected then, for example, the sheriff, or the auditor, or the clerk, they have their own internal software, some of them have third-party software, or they deal with the state direct, that kind of thing, right? But they all have server, they're part of our server, and that's the data that would be stored on their server, not any VIP data. Right?
Correct.
I'm just separating them.
Correct.
Okay, so
They're-
this takes care of all the county and with regards to payroll and paying bills and working with you.
Yep, so to Kevin's point, the
Yeah.
VPNs, that's how they're all
Yeah.
accessing these portals, so to speak, to get into the
You have
software.
all those people trying to get in.
Those would be shut down,
Yeah. But
and then they
still
would
have
just
their own-
access it through a
everybody
secure
has their
cloud.
own thing.
And
Okay.
yeah, I believe your question is that everyone would still have their own unique authentication or login credentials, and the answer is absolutely yes.
Yeah.
So their logins would be logged, and what that user does would be able to be identified and audited, essentially.
Correct.
Next question. I might have another one, this is the last one. I know.
No, that's all right.
Do you still have an appetite to help pay for this?
Yes, as I had commented earlier and
Yeah.
through
Can you refresh?
through some of the emails, I had offered that I could see it being split through three sources. General fund, of course, through the commissioners. Sewer district could pay a small portion, and real estate could as well, to help offset. And I apologize, I don't have those.
As the auditor, you think that's a fair way to allocate it?
Right, and keep in mind, those are divisions or
Yeah.
departments that fall directly under my purview.
Yeah.
Keep in mind, as commissioners, you can cost allocate that back to some of the county departments through Maximus, through the cost allocation plan that the county has, which I think 2024 is before you to be accepted. So if you implemented it in 2026, it wouldn't be until 2028 till you could do a charge back to departments, because it looks out 2 years. That's what I envision doing, so to offset some of the costs to the general fund.
Yeah.
For instance, dog board and JFS, those are some of the departments that come to mind under your typical cost allocation plan, regional planning.
Okay.
Just for, and I had on my notes, and I told Kevin how I was gonna follow this agenda, and I got off track.
I'm
So I
sorry.
apologize,
Yeah.
Kevin, but your technical comments, I think, were of value to the commissioner, so thank you.
Sure.
So just some talking points or some other things to put before you. The county's current fiscal software from VIP is a little over 36,000 a year. Migration to the cloud, as you have before you, would be 20,000 per the quote. So our total cost would be just about 56,600, which I want to mention, it's still significantly lower. Hancock County pays about 94,000 for their fiscal software in the cloud per year, and Sandusky County is about 100,000. So for the product that we have, I think it's cost effective for our county, and it's doing what Seneca County needs. I mean, look at our audits. We're doing very well in our audits. And to dovetail back to the cybersecurity measures, as Kevin talked on and as Brett researched, I think the cloud environment has the compliance standards that are maintained and updated automatically for us. So knock on wood, if something was ever to hit Seneca County and we are on the cloud through VIP, just getting the VIP system up and running so we could meet a payroll deadline or pay the critical bills that we need to would be more efficient than trying to establish off of a backup. Correct?
It would take far less time, correct.
Do you pay, so when would you start this? What date?
I think it is, if we could get the contract before the prosecutor and get the funds in place, I think a migration from VIP to the cloud could be about 3 months.
It will take 3 or start in 3?
It would take about 3 months
Takes
to
3, You
migrate,
start as soon as you can.
as soon as everything's in place.
Okay.
Correct.
And then we would pay this for the year? Probably, right?
I don't know if it has, but I would assume most contracts, when you migrate, they want to see it just paid in full at the time.
So for this year, if we did it, then I think we just pay it. And then when Matt comes in, the new administrator, we start doing our budget and looking at cost allocation, just thinking ahead on how all this you would be open to.
Sure, I'd love to have
supporting that
conversations with you.
process.
Yep.
Okay, good.
Yep.
Kevin, I appreciate you coming in.
Yeah, thanks for kind of
Absolutely.
clarifying, this is
Yeah,
good.
yeah,
educational.
I'm actually good with it. I mean, not that I've been skeptical, but really what I wanted was you to sit next to her and tell it, because you're looking at the big picture.
Well, I am,
And that's what I want.
and for me, it's not, I mean, obviously, it seems like I'm championing for the auditor's office, and in a way I am, but I'm also championing for the county as a whole.
We're all in this together.
Because I know that the costs can be a little alarming to begin with, and, you know, this is not something that you really want to think about, but in terms of functionality, and overall a good move for the future, this is a no-brainer. I mean, this is really the direction to go, so I could sit on really either side of the aisle here, and I would tell the same story.
So I'm good. You need some action, right? You want to get this going?
We'll probably get the contract for Derek to review, and then we'll proceed from that
I
point.
think,
Yep.
yeah.
It would just be the
President,
quote,
that's
I
right.
think, if you would like it to go before Derek,
Yeah, I
would be
think
the
so.
quote is all I
Derek,
have.
Bring it in and, we'll take action.
Yep.
Good job, Commissioner, as well, everybody
Oh,
working
no, you
together.
did this.
Well, it's nice.
I appreciate you guys coming in.
Yeah.
Really
Okay.
do that way, they can get their
Truly
questions
appreciate it,
answered.
you know.
Yeah, thank you. It's
Keeping
been
the
something that
persistence.
we've had conversations
That's
over
good.
the years.
Well, we're
and-
just trying to get comfortable, all of
Right,
us, right?
right. And it probably
Yeah.
didn't trigger home until what happened to Wood County,
Yeah.
right?
Oh,
Those
yeah.
poor folks up there had a mess to deal with, and if we can help avoid Seneca County having something like that, I think it's a
And this
good
is-
investment.
When you're an old timer like me, we're in change, you know, this whole, everything's changed at the, I don't even know what speed anymore, right? So you have to be willing to have good people advise you, educate yourself, and, you know, we pay for it, so it's just, you know, you just, but, there'll be more, you'll come in again, there'll be other things that.
Every time
we're
I
not
talk to
thinking.
him, I learn something.
Yeah, right.
Every time. And he's so wonderful, he explains it at a level that is very
So
understandable, so
Kevin,
thank
with
you.
this
Sure.
upgrade,
Thank
well, how would you rate, you think, you know, you have a good baseline where the county is now, that you've been running things? for a
Yes,
while?
between this and some movements that are going to be made for the phone system,
Yeah,
because that affects so many things, including network. With that movement, I am delighted at where we've been able to get in a year and what the next year looks like as well, in terms of what's in the pipeline for improvements, to really get a better foundation than what was here before. Not that everything was bad, but at the same time, some things were left basically to go until they stopped working. Unfortunately, some of those systems are very critical systems, so we need to get ahead of them as soon as we can
so it's
before
not
they actually
Commissioner
die.
Busdecker's fault, all this happened. He just got thrown into the.
Well, you know, if I can,
But the baseline today, a year later, is clearer and better.
it's clearer and better,
Than
yes.
it was, that's the main thing.
It certainly is, and that is in a lot, has a lot to do with Commissioner Busdecker's involvement,
Seriously.
like active involvement in some of the decisions that have been made, and looking at these things actively and proactively as we plan things out. There's not an endless supply of money, so we just have to be sort of look at things from a priority standpoint, and some things are glaring priorities, while other things we know we need to address moving forward. So I appreciate Commissioner Busdecker's time as well this last year.
And it's only been a year, really?
It's coming up on a year,
Right.
actually.
Right, yeah,
Yeah,
almost a
yes,
year,
yeah.
so
So the public,
we're
you know,
impressed, thank you.
just for the public,
Thank
we
you.
have cybersecurity policy, right? We have this ADA website initiative.
Windows 11.
Windows 11. All our phones, they basically, how do you describe it?
They're end of life.
They're end of
End of life
life,
as
all our
well.
phone system. We did an audit on our hardware, and we had a list, Julie, the auditor, had a list, at our event, and you had a list, and they were all different. So we had to, you think about it, over all the computers, over all time, to just track all that. So we were able to kind of clean all that up.
It's a work in progress.
It's
And
a
it always
work in
will be.
progress.
It really is, yes. I mean,
So it's
we're
been
always
good.
going to have to work to stay ahead of where technology is taking us,
Yeah.
and you
I
know.
like, I'm in a positive way, I'm thanking you guys and I'm supporting what you're doing. So
That's very
I
helpful.
want to officially do that, and I like the direction we're going. We'll have more conversations, I'm sure, but thank you. That's all I have, Mr. President.
Okay. Very good.
Thank you,
So,
commissioners.
Thank you.
Thank you for coming in,
Thank
and yes, appreciate the insight on this.
Sure
So,
thing,
yeah.
absolutely.
Really, thanks for coming. Sneak out if you want to.
Yeah, hang out or?
Come ahead back.
Let's sneak out.
We get the pass.
What time did you get in this morning, 6?
Yeah, a little after.
A little after you slept in?
I did. It was nice and cool.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yep, thank you.
Appreciate it.
Yep, we'll see you. All right.
That was good.
That's good, yeah, we had some good appointments today, that's for sure. All right, commissioner reports.
Well, I can go.
Yep.
Oh, I have a couple of things. Last week had downtown development meeting. We had,
Julie left. I had a question for her. Go ahead.
Okay.
keep going.
up and coming next Wednesday, Heritage Ohio's workshop event here, downtown development. It's all part of Heritage Ohio and how we've tried to improve our downtown.
That's an annual event, I think, right?
Well, I believe it's a quarterly meeting, but it's being held here at the Chandelier, and then there's a whole bunch of stuff going on. They do a lot of like walking through town,
Yeah.
trying to see downtown businesses. They're spending a couple of dollars in our downtown for restaurants and stuff at lunchtime, and we discussed that event coming up. Saturday was the Mandy Bohr Foundation event. They raised over $40,000 at that event. You know, Mandy was a good, close family friend, got a chance to go, and just amazing the giving people are giving to that event in the community. Of course, Sunday was Mother's Day. Thank all the mothers for all of us being here. Monday had FCFC executive meeting. This morning, I went to Old Fort for Career Day for 3rd through 6th graders. It was a neat little event. I didn't get to stay the whole time because it's just ended at 10:30. But I got to meet a whole bunch of I don't think I got to meet 3rd graders. They didn't come down yet by the time I had left. But 5th and 6th graders, and I can tell you I didn't have much to hand out. So I sat next to Lindley Curie. I don't know if you guys know Lindley.
yeah.
And she has all these things for hair products and stuff, and boy are the girls all right next to me and none of them talk to me. She had these little lipstick pens, and every girl that came up took one. It was very nice, it was a neat event, and I mentioned it to you quick, and you had made the comment, that would be something good for EMS maybe next year to try to get someone to show up at that would be, I think that'd be good. So that's my report.
So did Lindley say she's got work in progress next to you?
Yeah, work in progress, see my hair. Yeah, I get some extensions put in.
You're right, yeah.
See, they
we
come in
hooked
a
right
couple
up.
of days. Scary.
Shoot. Tony, you?
Yeah,
anything?
couple things. So I wanted to, so we went out to Reed Township for our EMS update, and all 3 trustees are Millers, and the fiscal officer is a Miller. So I think out of the 780 people in Reed Township, there has to be 300 Millers. And Gerald Miller, remember him, former trustee?
Oh, no,
Yeah, he was there, and just sitting there. But one of the things that came up was, and I wanted to bring it up with Julie here, and I'll follow up, but there was a couple there who, they lived somewhere, and through this whole 911, all these things that we're doing, they have to get a new address, literally, a new home address. And they have a business, and they've lived there since the 70s, and it's gonna cost them $1,000 to change their business, all their stationery and all their things, and they got this and they got that. And that was the first time that hit me, with seeing a real live person in our county that adversely affected by this. They had some questions, and so Chris, we took their name, and then I left. Been gone a couple days, but I'm gonna follow up with that. So I don't know if you, just to make you guys aware of that, it's kind of weird, really.
Well, and that's what, yeah.
Be like, they kept telling me, you have to change your address. That's not,
I think we were under assumption, as maybe I was, that all address went to the alders, but it didn't. Individual villages can create their own, and when you're out, you
you know, you're
know,
out in the middle of nowhere.
Right,
But,
it is.
and I couldn't explain it, because Ivy, there's the auditor, and you got 911, you got the postal system, there's like a lot of stuff going on. EMS, the dispatch, they're trying to get this all lined up, because a lot of times this happens, so, and you could be right here and say, I wanna go to Madison Street, put it in your GPS, and it sends you to Heidelberg, you know, over to, they've had some EMS runs like that. And so they're trying to go to a satellite tower, analog, digital, there's a lot going on here. And we're in it right now, and you're gonna see a lot throughout the year. And then we're gonna convert to a new 911 system, I think, around October. We're working towards that.
Yeah, that's
next generation, yep.
So there are gonna be some people that get shuffling some things around. So I wanna stay on top of it, we all should, really. And then they asked the question, well, can we keep the same address till we die and then change it? I'm like, that's a good question. I don't know that, but I felt for them. So I'll just get that out there for us to keep an eye on things. Yeah, I'll end it there. It was a nice discussion today on our IT. Made me really
Yep.
kind
Good update.
of feel a lot better about things. Yeah.
Okay, so last week was out to Willows for the groundbreaking for their
Yeah.
18 new patio homes out there and stuff like that. So they're gonna, looking forward to watching them kind of grow and stuff. That they do a great job. That they've got, you know, Bellevue has, you know, kind of where they started with some homes, and I was talking to the gentleman who's kind of putting this together and stuff on it, and he said, yeah, these are gonna really make, you know, be the next
Probably
level up,
nice.
a lot of, so yep, so that was great, had nice attendance for that. And then we had, last week, had America 250, had Matt Schock in from Seneca East, and he's talking about, they're looking maybe like a week-long, like September 8th through September 11th, out to Seneca East, a lot of different activities going on. They usually do a nice presentation, but it's really gonna be accelerated this year with America 250. So a lot of different plans and stuff that they're working on out there at Seneca East. And then also want to give a shout out, this week is National Police Week. So for our sheriff's department, our local police departments, let's appreciate all that they do for our communities. So that kind of brings us up to today. All right.
We're looking over to Cheyenne.
Yep, county administrator report.
All right. I just have a
Thanks.
couple of things. I think it was later last week maybe that we got, this request forwarded to us by Julie at the auditor's office. It's from Superior Credit Union, on behalf of Brent McGonigal. He has, a couple of, liens with us through the HUD program and another program for his house, one from 2012 and one from 2015. And he is just wanting to basically take a home equity line of credit, and in order to do so, they need to subordinate our liens just to go basically just above ours in the line. And it was sent to Derek, and Derek seemed to think that it was okay, because that's the only thing that was affected was just, you know, they're here and then we're here. But everything else, he's still, you know, required to pay back the money to us as well. So, Yeah, it just needs signed by the three of you.
I have it.
Motion or anything on it, just sign it, or?
I don't think there needs to be a
Okay.
motion, I think
Just
if you
agreement.
guys are good with it, you just need,
Just
you
sign
need
it.
signatures on it, so.
Yeah, good.
And then the other thing I have, was an application for request of specific cupola lighting at the courthouse. I received it late, last week, and with me being out yesterday, I hadn't had a chance to send it on, cause, one of the judges at the courthouse also typically approves or denies, gives their opinion on whether or not they're okay with the change. So I haven't heard back from them yet as of going into board this morning. So we can do, pending hearing back from one of the judges or however you wanna do it. But it's from Victor Perez, he's with Tiffin Columbian. And he just wants to have the color of the cupola lighting be blue and gold or blue and yellow, for the graduation this Saturday, May 16th.
No problem.
Yep.
Hey, back on this, what do we call this? Not a lien, it's a subordinate request. Okay, so we're all good with it. Who's gonna sign it? Does he sign it?
All three of you.
Three of us.
We three of us will sign it, okay. And we don't need a motion.
I don't
Yeah,
believe so.
we already have it,
Yep,
he's getting a different lender there. on
Yep.
top. We're good, okay. Yeah, I see this from Derek.
Mhm.
okay.
I wondered what that was. I'm good.
All right, and then I don't know if we need, I would assume we vote on this one like we would normally with the other requests that we get for different,
Yeah, I would think.
so.
Yep. Entertain a motion to accept the cupola lighting.
I'll make the motion.
Second?
Okay,
Roll call.
all right. Commissioner Paradiso,
Yes?
Commissioner Bustecker,
Yes.
Commissioner Frankert.
Yes.
That's all I have for my report.
Okay. Any old business? I do have one, we're working on, for Jack and stuff, on a, on the solid waste committee meeting and stuff on that, so that'll be coming up here. Kinda shooting for, May 21st at 1 o'clock here, so. First one? Yeah, this will be the initial start of that, so. Yep.
Good job. Keep that moving.
Yep. Okay, new business, supplemental appropriations.
All right, I just have a few. The first one for general fund and transfers out of $100,000. I should have put this on for last week. It's for that transfer we did for JFS. There just wasn't the money on the line to transfer it out. So that's just putting the money on the line so they can actually do the transfer. The next one for general fund and GED contract services for $18,000. This is for the sheriff's office. I'm not 100% sure what they're doing with the GED. They didn't really give much of a, what's the word I want to say, explanation as to what they need it for. I don't know if it's part of a grant or something else related to their GED services out there. But and if you need to know more, I can find out more.
What's the lady's name there that teaches that? Remember she's a TU grad, sits in there, but you know,
Yeah, I
I think
know.
maybe
Yep, can't think of
there's
her name.
something to do with.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm sorry, put you on the spot, but.
No, you're
I didn't
good.
know.
The next one for general fund, supply line, this is also, for the jail of $5,000. This, I do believe, is a grant they got, either a grant or a donation for supplies. So that's what that money is. And then the last one for the sheriff commissary fund, for services in the dollar amount of $1,776.26. That is for, they need either some kind of service or repair done to their commissary. So that's what that one is. That's all I have.
Okay.
I'll make the motion to approve the supplemental appropriations.
Second.
Okay.
Roll call.
Commissioner Paradiso,
Yes.
Commissioner Bustecker,
Yes.
Commissioner Frankert.
Yes.
Okay.
Resolution time.
All right. The first, sorry, the first resolution I have is resolution approving Seneca County Recorder's Office to receive and process credit/debit card and other electronic payments.
So move.
Second.
Okay. Any questions, any
basically just when they make their payments and stuff on it, just to.
Yep,
do that.
yep, we did this for the auditor's office, I
Yep.
think, last year.
So I got a question on that, because previous experience in business, like if you accepted a credit card for credit debit card processing and somebody used false, it came back on who accepted the credit.
Okay.
And then, yeah, okay.
Goes back to the bank, wouldn't it?
Right, but,
Well,
yeah, Tyler.
years ago in my business, we had somebody use somebody's credit falsely,
Mm-hmm.
paid for product without it wasn't their credit card to use. They got goods. I guess it would be different with that either which way. It doesn't get paid, and they're still gonna have to pay it, so, okay.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to work it
Yeah.
all out in my brain.
Yeah, no,
I
that's
don't
good.
want us to not,
And probably this is a little different, I mean, cause
It
it's not like
is.
you're gonna be buying,
It
I
is.
mean, this is, yeah, so, but, no.
it is. I'm just trying to work it out in my brain here,
Yep.
so, out loud.
Farmers still pay cash in though.
Right,
When they pay their taxes with cash.
okay.
Bushels.
Yeah, right, take the grain truck in. Roll call.
Commissioner Paradiso,
Yes.
Commissioner Bustecker.
Yes.
Commissioner Franklin.
Yes.
Okay. Next resolution I have is resolution for the appointment of special counsel for the Seneca County General Health District retroactive to January 1, 2025. This is, for the prosecution of David Reinhardt, and they have identified Dave Yost, Ohio Attorney General, Denise Salerno, Senior Assistant Attorney General, and any of her Assistant Attorney Generals as their preferred special counsel.
So move.
Second.
Roll call.
Commissioner Paradiso,
Yes.
Commissioner Bustecker,
Yes.
Commissioner Frankert.
Yes.
Okay. The next resolution I have is resolution accepting the resignation of John Driscoll III as EMT effective May 8th, 2026.
Make motion.
Second.
Okay.
Roll call.
Commissioner Paradiso,
Yes.
Commissioner Bustecker,
Yes.
Commissioner Frankert.
Yes.
Okay. The next one I have is resolution approving quote with Torrance Sound Equipment Company for new surveillance cameras on behalf of Crossway. I had, them reach out to me. They are in the process of wanting to upgrade and get new, a new camera system. And the quote is just above my threshold. It's $34,484. And they wanna go with Torrance Sound Equipment because that is who did their original, system as well.
And they're the ones paying. for
Yes,
this,
yes,
correct?
they're
It's
paying
just
for it.
using our building.
Yeah, that was
Yep.
gonna be
Yes.
my next question.
Yep.
Yep.
Very good.
I'll make a motion. I'll make a motion.
Well, we had some discussion with a lot of the other county buildings amongst Ed and I.
Yeah.
With all the IT stuff and a lot of the videos stuff that we do.
Trying to
And-
standardize things
Well,
better.
we have multiple different companies we're dealing with, so it's a little outside of us, but still.
It's a good point, right? They're a little more independent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I made a motion.
Yep, I need a second.
I'll second.
Okay.
Roll call.
Commissioner Paradiso,
Yes.
Commissioner Bustecker,
Yes.
Commissioner Frankert.
Yes.
Okay. And then the last resolution I have is resolution authorizing the Seneca County Board of Commissioners to accept the bid of Tiffin Calvert parking lot expansion and Seneca County Youth Center site improvement projects. And we are awarding the bid to Advanced Excavating and Demolition. They were the lowest bidder. And the dollar amount of their bid was $363,694.71.
So move.
Second.
Okay. Commissioner Paradiso,
Yes.
Commissioner Bustecker,
Yes.
Commissioner Frankert.
Yes.
Okay. That's all I have.
Okay, any public comment? None? Meeting adjourned.
Don't mess around here, Mr. President.